Nancy Davis Reagan, born Anne Frances Robbins on July 6, 1921, in New York City, rose from modest beginnings to become one of the most recognizable and influential First Ladies in American history. Known for her steadfast support of her husband, President Ronald Reagan, her advocacy for social causes, and her commitment to family, Nancy Reagan's life spanned the worlds of Hollywood and Washington, D.C., leaving an indelible mark on American culture and politics. Nancy's early life was shaped by family challenges. Her parents, Kenneth Robbins, a car salesman, and Edith Luckett Robbins, an actress, separated when she was young. While her mother pursued an acting career, Nancy lived with an aunt and uncle in Bethesda, Maryland. In 1929, Edith married Dr. Loyal Davis, a prominent Chicago neurosurgeon who adopted Nancy and provided her with stability and affluence. Nancy attended the Girls' Latin School of Chicago, excelling academically and socially. Her love for the arts led her to Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts, where she majored in drama, graduating in 1943. Her education laid the foundation for a brief but formative acting career that would later lead her to Hollywood. Under the stage name Nancy Davis, she pursued acting in the 1940s and 1950s. Signed by MGM Studios, Nancy appeared in films such as The Next Voice You Hear, 1950, Donovan's Brain, 1953, and Hellcats of the Navy, 1957, the latter marking her only on-screen collaboration with Ronald Reagan. While her acting career never reached stardom, it introduced her to the man who would shape the rest of her life. Nancy met Ronald Reagan in 1949 when she sought his help as president of the Screen Actors Guild to resolve a mistaken identity issue involving her name being linked to suspected communist activities. Their relationship quickly blossomed, and they married on March 4, 1952, in a private ceremony. The couple had 2 children, Patricia, Patty, and Ronald Jr., and Nancy became stepmother to Ronald's children from his first marriage, Maureen and Michael. Her devotion to her family was evident in her role as a wife and mother, but it was her partnership with Ronald that stood out. She often described him as her life, and their love story became legendary. Ronald Reagan's political career began with his election as governor of California in 1966. Nancy took on the role of First Lady of California with grace, balancing her duties as a political spouse with her responsibilities as a mother. She championed causes like the Foster Grandparent Program, which connected senior citizens with children in need, showcasing her growing interest in social advocacy. When Ronald Reagan became the 40th President of the United States in 1981, Nancy embraced her role as First Lady with elegance and determination. She focused on restoring glamour to the White House, hosting cultural events, and overseeing extensive renovations. While her efforts earned praise for revitalizing the presidency's public image, they also drew criticism for perceived extravagance. Nancy's most significant initiative as First Lady was her Just Say No campaign against drug abuse. Launched in 1982, it aimed to educate children and teenagers about the dangers of drugs. The campaign gained national and international attention, becoming a defining feature of her tenure. Nancy visited schools, appeared in public service announcements, and spoke passionately about the issue, cementing her role as a leading advocate for youth drug prevention. Behind the scenes, Nancy was a trusted advisor to her husband. Her influence became particularly notable after the 1981 assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan, which heightened her protective instincts. She consulted astrologers to help plan his schedule, a revelation that sparked controversy but underscored her deep concern for his safety. Nancy's years in the White House were marked by both triumph and adversity. In addition to public criticism, she faced personal health challenges, including breast cancer in 1987. Her openness about her diagnosis and subsequent mastectomy helped raise awareness about the disease and encouraged other women to seek early detection and treatment. Her most profound challenge came after Ronald Reagan was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 1994. Nancy became his primary caregiver, demonstrating unwavering dedication during his decade-long battle with the illness. This experience inspired her to advocate for Alzheimer's research, bringing attention to the disease and raising significant funds for scientific advancements. After Ronald Reagan's presidency ended in 1989, the couple retired to California, where Nancy focused on preserving her husband's legacy. She played a central role in establishing the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California, which became a hub for scholars and admirers of the Reagan administration. Following Ronald's death in 2004, Nancy continued to support Alzheimer's research and remained a respected figure in American public life. Although she reduced her public appearances in later years, she maintained her commitment to the causes she championed. Nancy Reagan passed away on March 6, 2016, at the age of 94. She was buried beside her beloved husband at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, marking the end of a remarkable life. Her legacy is multifaceted. As First Lady, Nancy redefined the role by combining traditional grace with modern activism. Her Just Say No campaign left a lasting impact on drug prevention efforts, while her dedication to Alzheimer's research brought visibility to a devastating illness. Her deep devotion to her husband and their celebrated partnership inspired admiration from Americans of all political stripes. Nancy Reagan's life was a testament to resilience, elegance, and love. From her early days in Hollywood to her transformative years in the White House and beyond, she left an enduring mark on American society. Through her advocacy and unwavering support for her husband, Nancy Reagan remains a symbol of strength and commitment, her influence continuing to resonate long after her passing.